Hi everyone, Nancy here with a scrapbooking process video using my Summertime Rolls Scraptastic kit. I'm going to be doing an 8.5 by 11 page, which is a little bit of a change for me. I'm usually a 12 by 12 scrapper, but I like the smaller size. Every once in a while it's a nice challenge to try and do that. Now most of the papers I'm going to use today are exclusive to the Scraptastic kits. And these enamel dots by Pebbles. That was definitely my jumping point. I knew that I wanted to use those dots. And this photo of my feet on the flying swings on the boardwalk this year is also one of my favorite Instagram and iPhone photo captures that I took this year. So I definitely wanted to highlight that. Now I knew all of the journaling was going to go at the bottom. The story is about the tradition and how we always go on the swings, and I make the entire family go on. I drag my husband on there. And so that's the story. And the chipboard title comes from crepe paper. You'll see it has so many cool different sayings on the right-hand side. You see there, they're sticky. And I think they went really well with the Pebbles dots. So the Pebbles folks made this beautiful rainbow, perfectly spaced enamel dots, and I just used that as my marking point for where they were going to go on my layout. So I marked out exactly they were spaced, and now I'm going to make a grid. Why challenge their design expertise? So this is pretty easy to do. And what I'm going to do is run those lines through my sewing machine. And that's going to create a nice textured background to put the enamel dots on. And there you see, I am not the world's best sewer. I think they would have come out straighter and better if I had hand stitched, but I was feeling a little lazy on this day, so I just, 2 minutes through the sewing machine rather than probably half an hour, 40 minutes hand sewing. And so there I go, and I just match up the grid lines that I created. And that came together pretty quick and easy. And I overlap my photo just a little bit on there. So I'm going to hide maybe half of that last row. So that connects the elements. And I'm going to use these two papers from the kit just to create a little bed of layers there. The pink one on the bottom, the white one on the top, so that the white doesn't fade into the white background. Now this photo I need to pop up a little bit because since it's overlapping the enamel dots, it's sort of crooked. So I'm going to use these really low profile pop dots. They are by Scrapbook Adhesive, and they're probably less than half the thickness of a regular pop dot. I use these all the time. I like them a lot. It gives me just a little bit of lift. And there I'm using tons of pop dots. I don't know if you need to use that many, but sometimes when I put these away in my album, if I don't use this many, my photo gets crinkled and it gets like bends and warps a little bit. So I don't want that to happen. So that's why I use that many. And then that gives me a little bit of lift, just enough there. I'm going to add something to the right side of that page. And I love these gold paper clips, also by Pebbles. And I wanted a pop of red, and I found it in the flare from the kit. So I'm going to create my own little custom paper clip there. I'm going to add a regular size pop dot. That's the real thick type, since that paper clip is pretty high up off that page there. And that just adds, and it repeats the circles on the left side of the dots. I repeated it on the right, and I brought the red over. And then connected both of those pattern papers under there. That connects all of those elements together. I'm looking for one more thing. I feel like there's not enough weight on that side of the page. The big stripe of rainbow enamel dots takes up a lot of space and has a lot of weight. So I added another little chipboard title right underneath, kind of tucked it behind that flare a little bit and under the photo, again to connect it so it's not out there floating. And then I'm going to add a little bit of color down to all of that text at the bottom. And that's a Becky Higgins stamp that I found on clearance at Michael's. And I did it in a little bit of hot pink ink and broke up some of that journaling there. And then I always add the date. You see that all the time. But I can't decide pink or black, pink or black. And I went with sort of a black gray color. I didn't want it to stand out that much. And there you go. That layout is complete. The only thing that changed is that I had it sitting out on my desk, and the next morning I woke up and thought it looked a little plain, so I added some lime green paint to the bottom right-hand corner. And then at that point, I decided I was really done. Sometimes the best ideas come overnight. You take a little break from the layout and you come back and you see right away what it needs. And that was definitely in this. Make sure you check out Scraptastic Kit Club. They do a really wonderful job of putting beautiful things together. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more inspiration, and thanks so much for watching.